clear. Go.
Welcome to the gameplay demo walkthrough of CD PROJEKT RED's upcoming title, Cyberpunk 2077.
Well, I'ma say it. Cyberpunk 2077 is the greatest game of all time.
You serious?
A game with zero glitches.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
And a game where they told the honest truth in their gameplay trailer.
So many options, so many possibilities, and each will have consequences that will ripple through the game world and your story.
So that was a fucking lie.
Oh, brother. Okay, so Cyberpunk 2077, the most controversial game of, what, the decade? The year?
It's like a 2!
Oh, shit! David gave it a 2!
Nearly
He gave it
unplayable.
a game that failed so many people. You see, I'm a month late to uploading this. I didn't want to upload this, but I gotta upload this. Cyberpunk had a special place in my heart.
Is that why you're not showing your PS4 footage?
Bruh, can you stop? I'm gonna just put y'all in my shoes. Let's take it back to 2013 when I was 12 years old. You're playing Black Ops 2.
I'm gonna oil up your asshole. I'm gonna stick it deep inside there, bro.
You go on YouTube and you see this trailer. That was a cool trailer, right? And then you're like, oh man, when does the game come out? And then they hit you with the psych. You thought it's coming out when it's ready. When it's ready.
She wasn't ready. She wasn't ready.
So I'm like, okay, fast forward 5 whole years later, they dropped this amazing, lengthy 48-minute gameplay of what they have been working on. And that's the gameplay you're seeing right now because I'm too embarrassed and heartbroken to show my own PS4 gameplay footage.
Oh my god! Even though they broke. Oh my god!
CD PROJEKT RED made me cry myself to sleep for about a week straight, man. I've been wanting to play this game ever since I was around 12 years old, ever since they released that amazing teaser trailer, and 48 minutes of gameplay that was entirely fake. Just imagine that. You're 12 years old and you want to see gameplay on this so bad. You wait 5 whole years to finally get something and you get 48 minutes of gameplay and you're so shocked because it looks this good and it says that it is a work in progress. Just for a couple years down the road, you get something like this.
Looking a little put out there, input.
What is that? Cyberpunk 2077. That's Cyberpunk 2077? Yeah. Looks like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I don't know.
You mean to tell me you've been wanting to play this game ever since you were 12 years old?
Yes, for that long.
You gotta get your money back.
I don't know if I want to get my money back because I've been wanting to play this game for such a long time. And it just saddens me whenever I think of Cyberpunk because this game had so much potential, so much hype built around it. Just imagine what this game could have done if it actually provided, if it actually came through with what it promised. This could have been an impact on not only RPGs and open world games, but gaming as a whole in so many different genres. And this game just completely flopped. Like this game McFallen on the pavement.
But Nanilluc, is Cyberpunk 2077 a good game?
Well, yeah. No, but yeah.
Oh? And what did you have in mind?
I want to smash.
Got a few ideas. Think you know what kind?
What? What?
No.
So Cyberpunk 2077, a game that was delayed so many times to where you would think that it would be on the path to heaven to be an instant classic or the most overrated game of all time. A game that crashed my PS4 so many times to where I couldn't even make a part 2 to the previous Cyberpunk video I made on the channel. What just... Oh man, what the fuck? How am I supposed to make a part 2 if my PS4 keeps on sharding itself? A game that was mismarketed and misled people into having people believe that this was a true RPG when none of the decisions you make in the game have a true impact on your story.
If you look at all the little choices that accumulate through the game, no playthrough will basically be like another.
95% of the dialogue options that you get are meaningless.
A game that made people so upset to where you had hackers steal their source code and sell it on the black market.
Cyberpunk 2077 is the worst game of all time!
Okay, well you do realize what Ubisoft did with Watch Dogs, right? Or you do realize what Hello Games did with No Man's Sky, right?
No! Cyberpunk is the worst game of all time! Because they lied to us!
Alright, look. CD PROJEKT RED does not deserve a pass on how much they misled people. Not only did they mislead people on how ready the game was, but they misled people on the whole genre of what this game was about. This was supposed to be a role-playing game, but it's not. They were so embarrassed that they changed their Twitter of Cyberpunk to an open world action adventure story. So honestly, CD PROJEKT RED,
Get what you fucking deserve!
but that don't mean the game is trash. The game is pretty aight. What you're seeing right now is footage from my PS4, and I got this system when it first came out. Like, my system is old. Like, this thing can barely stand on its own 2 legs. This is footage from only a couple days after the game dropped. Like, this is before any patches or hotfixes, and the game don't look that bad. I was originally gonna post this video a couple days later after my Cyberpunk video, but I mean, I think we all know what stopped me.
Stop. No. Just stop.
Again, this is footage from my base PS4, the PS4 I got back in like around 2014, and I bet if I didn't tell any of y'all that, some people might have thought that this was footage from a PS5, but nah, this is my PS4. Old and still standing strong. What I'm basically trying to say is that every game can have glitches, but oh boy, did CD PROJEKT RED put the nail in their own coffin when it came to that. But enough talking about the glitches and the low frame rates and the bad graphics. Let's talk about the role-playing in Cyberpunk.
Bro, turn that song off. That song sucks.
So Cyberpunk 2077 is an open world role-playing game to where your dialogue, your life path, and your actions can have a big huge effect on you later on in the story. Well,
That was a fucking lie.
yeah, the role-playing in this game is garbage. Like, if Cyberpunk 2077 is a role-playing game, Call of Duty Cold War is also a role-playing game. Like, you don't just call a role-playing game an RPG just because you have different dialogue options to choose from. Like, let's talk about Meredith Stout, for example. You know, the baddie. You can take the chip that she gives you to pay for the flathead bot from Maelstrom, and then you could give it to Royce. But it turns out that the chip is bugged. So you go on this all-out brawl in this building, you walk out, and then she basically says, LMAO, I finessed you, we should work together sometime.
You know, I like the way you operate. Maybe you'd do some more work for us.
So you would think that you would have some sort of Militech help on your back throughout the story, or some extra missions to do with Meredith Stout. But nope! All you get is a scene where you smash each other. That's it! I mean, I'm not complaining, but damn! But then I thought of something. Remember when she said,
Try to fuck me in any way, and I'll be seeing you real soon.
So I said, okay, sure. So I wiped the virus off of the chip, shot Royce in the head, went on an all-out brawl again, walked out, met up with Meredith Stout, and she still ends up saying we should do business together? And the crazy thing is that we still end up smashing each other. So I finesse you, steal the $10,000 from myself, and we still end up smashing? What?
What?
I mean, I guess it makes sense. Even in the gameplay trailer, they made it seem like siding with the Netwatch agent or siding with the Voodoo Boys is gonna make a big, huge impact on your story. But that
was a fucking lie.
You even have an option to kill the entire Voodoo Boy gang. So you would think that you would have these people chasing you down later on in the story in a high-speed chase going, but none of that stuff happens. Actually, the only high-speed chase you go on is the one that happens at the beginning of the game, and it's so scripted. You don't even have to shoot anybody.
Got you, assholes! Me! Aim for the driver!
No. No, I don't think I will.
Chingado!
Yeah, I think CD Projekt Red bit off way more than what they could chew. I don't even think Rockstar Gaming could pull something off like this. It's such a shame because people could actually share their Cyberpunk experiences with the different life paths they picked and the different stories they got from the role-playing. But guess what? The life paths don't mean anything, bro. The life paths are just small little 10-minute prologues you get before you go into the same cutscene everybody else gets, and the story is the exact same for everybody along the way.
But Nanilluc, I thought you said Cyberpunk was a good game. All you did was trash on it.
Well, I'll get to that. So Cyberpunk 2077, a game we all know with so many glitches and so many lies, but I still keep playing the game on PS4. Like, this is one of the fewest games I've played to where I genuinely cared about the characters I came across in the story. Characters like Jackie Wells, Pan Am, Judy, and yes, obviously Johnny Silverhand, because he's everywhere you go. Like, seriously, CD Projekt Red needs to take the cover of Cyberpunk and throw it in the trash and put Johnny Silverhand on the cover, because that's what this game is mostly about. Johnny Silverhand. I know more about Johnny Silverhand than I do with my own character. But I kind of got used to it. He's a cool guy. Like, one thing I could automatically say about Cyberpunk that I love so much is how this city looks. The city looks amazing. It truly lets you know how a dark, futuristic city metropolis would look like if society just gone downhill and people are so crazy and overdosing on body modifications. It's actually kind of nice. But at the same time, it can be so hard to truly immerse yourself in the city when you have all these people texting you and calling you and bugging you, like Regina, for example, always calling you about a gig that needs to be done because she can't do it herself. Like, for majority of the game, you feel more of a police officer than you do a Night City merc. I love the futuristic guns, I love the futuristic cars, which, not to mention, the driving in the game is straight, absolute orangutan balls. Like, it sucks. It feels like you're ice skating on frozen lubricant. And it sucks because whenever you try to make a sharp turn, you are bound to fail because the map is so small. You realize at the last second that you have to make a sharp turn, but it's already too late because you already crashed. The romances you make with both Pan Am and Judy is actually really well done, to the point where I don't even know who's better, Pan Am or Judy. There would be moments throughout the story to where after I would romance with Pan Am or romance with Judy, I would call them up right after just so I could hear their voice before I go on the final mission. Like, no game ever made me feel like that. Good job, Cyberpunk. And one thing that is a big, huge plus in my book when it comes to Cyberpunk is the music. Oh my god, the music is so amazing. Like, I just be cruising in my whip and I turn on the radio, and my favorite radio station is Radio Vexelstrom, and this song pop up, I'd just be jamming like,
I am the man who holds the keys. I sow the seeds, and I got what you need. I live in fire. I am discord.
And the music that plays whenever you are in a romance scene with Pan Am is enough to make a grown man cry, bro. I even cried myself a couple of tears listening to that shit, man. The music that plays whenever you are in a combat scene, or the music that plays whenever you're playing as John Wick. Oh my god, even have to mention the music that plays at the main menu. I even have trouble starting the game because I'm too busy listening to it.
Bruh, can you start the game already?
No.
I'm telling you, these people were in the studio making this soundtrack. Like, let's take it back to early 2018 when they dropped this gameplay trailer. Imagine if they said, this is an open world action adventure story and everything you see in the E3 gameplay trailer is actually how the game looks. Do y'all realize how much of an impact Cyberpunk could have made in the gaming industry? There's even talk of there being a multiplayer for Cyberpunk. I just really hope they don't choke it. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention is that there's no barbershops. There's no barbershops in Cyberpunk. So if you make a character and later on in the game you don't like how your character's hair or beard looks, you have to delete your whole character and make a whole another game and delete your whole progress too. For a game that's similar to GTA, you would think that they would put barbershops. Put barbershops in your game. Okay, in conclusion, I had fun. Cyberpunk 2077 is a fun game. Now, it's not the best. I just really wish that this game actually provided and gave people what they expected. And maybe it's my fault that I was disappointed in the game. You know, I should have never put my expectations so high, because after seeing that gameplay trailer and that teaser trailer and wanting to play this game ever since 12 years old, maybe I was expecting this game to do things I don't think any other game would be able to do in the first place. So, I had fun. If I were to give this game a rating, I would give this game a 5 out of 10. The game isn't trash, the game isn't great, but if you lower your expectations and you don't expect an RPG, just the open world game to where you can have these futuristic upgrades with the mantis blades and the gorilla arms and all this cyberware, it can be a really fun game. And if people want to know my ending, I got the ending where you side with the nomads to get the chip out of your head and you ride off with Pan Am to live your life out in the Badlands. I got a good ending. The game was fun and I was satisfied, and I still managed to play the game over and over and over again. This game could have been one of the best games of the decade, but it flopped. But like I said, that doesn't mean it's a bad game. It's good. It's fun. Now, I'm not really known to post reviews of games and stuff like this. I just really wanted to post this because this game is so controversial and this game has been getting so much hate when the game is actually good. So if you liked the video, please leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment. These videos take forever to make and I get so excited when I get the chance to finally post it. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys later with another video. Peace out. Thank you for watching.